This video is going to help you create your first AI automation that will use both Nano Banana and Veo 3 and help you create social media ads, carousels, whatever it is that you want to create. Now you could be a D2C founder, you could be someone listing your product on Amazon, or maybe you're someone putting Instagram ads. This entire AI automation can take your picture or any AI generated human, take any real product, it could be an FMCG product, a beauty product, even a clothing article, put them all together using Nano Banana and then convert that into a video and also write the script for you. Now all of these things can be done manually, but the beauty of automations using Make is that you can run this entire system on autopilot and keep on improving with the power of AI. Folks, my name is Ansh Mehra. I'm the founder at the Cutting Edge School, and in this crash course video, I will be showing you why Make.com can help you save thousands of hours when it comes to creating content, when it comes to doing research and automating your work. We have taught thousands of people across the world, and this video is the perfect starting point for anybody who is planning to enter the world of AI automations. I hope you have a piece of pen and paper in front of you because there's a lot to learn. In part number 1, I'll quickly revise through some basics for anybody who is watching our videos for the very first time. And in part number 2, we'll take you through the entire building process. At the end of this video, we will be sharing you a QR code that will help you download a document with all of the steps written down properly, neatly, and in order, along with some possible use cases for different industries or people who want to just figure out how they can use this automation for different purposes. We will also be listing out other documentations and free Make automation videos in the description so that you can further upskill yourself once this video ends. So without further ado, let's get started. For those of you who are coming here for the first time, I think we need to quickly revise the difference between an AI tool versus an AI agent. Now, an AI tool like ChatGPT or Gemini can do certain categories of tasks really well. For example, ChatGPT can write very well. Gemini can maybe send emails for you. But an AI agent is basically a workflow. It is a system that can hop between different AI tools and get things done for you. Now, when it comes to Make is one of the most popular platforms out there for AI automations, and if you're wondering why choose Make over the other platforms, there are 3 parts to it. Number 1 is the user experience. It's easier to learn, it's way less intimidating as compared to all the other alternatives available in the market, and it supports almost every app that you can think of. The second part here is that apart from the UX, they have now introduced AI agents, which is something that was not available in Make before. So earlier in Make, you could just connect applications together, which was also called scenarios. For example, I can have 3 steps in a scenario. One is I can go to ChatGPT and basic idea for a poster. Then I can go to Nano Banana to actually create that poster. And then I can go to LinkedIn and post it with a good caption. Now this entire thing is called a scenario. A scenario is basically a lot of tools stitched together to achieve a certain outcome. Now the beauty of Make is that they have introduced a new thing called AI agent. So you see this one single step right here? This, instead of being a simple Nano Banana module, can now be an AI agent, and this AI agent can have its own goal, its own purpose, and a bunch of tools that can then communicate to each other. So as you can see, instead of just some apps talking to each other, this entire app can then further have a bunch of these tools connected together with a specific goal or a purpose. This is where AI agents inside of Make.com take things to the next level. The last reason is that they have introduced a new feature called Make Grid, which basically allows you to become this huge orchestrator, this architect of multiple automations speaking to each other, communicating to each other in this beautiful 3D view, which is a feature that helps you see inefficiencies, areas of improvement, and basically see the entire AI automation from an eagle's eye view perspective. Now the question is that, Ansh, why do we need to learn this? And is this even useful? And how can I make money out of this? Part number 1, why do we need to learn this? You don't need to learn this out of FOMO. In fact, you need to learn this out of FOBO, which is the fear of being obsolete. That is reason number one. Because the entire world is now preparing itself for a future which is going to be human-led and agent-operated. Now, what does that mean? Microsoft has recently released a report. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but basically they were explaining how almost all organizations will have a 3-phase plan. In phase number 1, humans will be using AI just like an assistant, which is you and I, right? Like we open up ChatGPT and we use it to basically use AI as an assistant. Phase number 2 is human agent teams, where something like Make can basically outsource some part of your work. It could be uploading, it could be going to ChatGPT, it could be replying to other people. But phase number 3 is the most exciting one, where the world is going to be human-led and agent-operated, where human beings will become core instruction makers. We will be the ones responsible to figure out what problems to solve, why do we need to solve them in a certain way, what kind of tools do we need to put in together. And this will be a completely different world altogether, because right now, even the education system in general is preparing people to become good executors, to become good instruction followers. But the future will now start rewarding people who are preparing for the human-led and agent-operated universe, where humans become good instruction creators, good workflow builders, and then agents can sort of, help you outsource all of this mundane process. Now, Make and just understanding the fundamentals of Make will help you get on the right track. What you see right now is the latest worst of AI. It only goes up from here. And while everybody says that, oh, do I need to be a coder? Do I need to be a very technical person to build something on Make? Not at all. It's a no-code tool. It takes some time for you to digest all of this information because everything is very new and very fancy. But I can guarantee you that if you take this video seriously, if you take all the previous videos that we've made on AI agents and automation seriously, in the next 5 years, you'll be the only person with 5 years of experience. Think about that for a second. There is no other industry available on this planet where you will be at 5 years of experience 5 years from now. Because if you pick design, editing, coding, programming, whatever it is, there's always going to be someone who started before you. But because the field of AI agents, because the field of MCPs and tools and Make automations is starting this year, in 2030, you'll be one of those rare people who can proudly say that I have been working on this technology for the past 5 years. So, we've already explained a lot of first principles in the previous videos. I think this much of revision is good enough. One more thing to note is that AI agents sit in the middle of your automation. So if this entire thing is my scenario or my AI automation, this one single part is going to be an AI agent. Now, this AI agent can again be a scenario or it can be just one tool. But the difference between an AI agent or an AI tool is that an AI tool will expect a single prompt at every step of its execution, while an AI agent will expect a purpose, a goal, and then it will ask you to give it some context and attach some tools into it, and then it will run on its own. It will be a part of your AI automation. And as a business professional, as a founder, you can use Make to create a lot of these automations to sort of take your work to the next level. Now, I know what you're thinking, that Ansh, theory sab theek hai, can we actually get into the building part of things? So to teach you the exact technical steps, I have someone who's way better than me at building these workflows on Make. So now let me give this platform to Rohak, who will now take you through the entire building process step by step.
Hi everyone, now that Ansh has explained you the basics, I'll teach you exactly how you can create this workflow and AI agent on your Make. So for that, simply head over to Make dashboard. After signing into Make, this is what you'll see. Now we will be sharing all the JSON files for all the workflows in the description so that you can directly download them and simply import it into your Make dashboard, and you will be able to set up this agent without starting from scratch. After signing into Make dashboard, this is what you'll see. You can see organization, grid, teams, scenarios, AI agents, and a lot more. And we have already covered AI agents in our previous episode. Now, this is the workflow that we will be making. You can see that there is a Telegram trigger, a HTTP node that fetches the image for us from the Telegram. We have an OpenAI analyze image node that analyzes the image for us and creates a prompt for us. Then we have an image agent that is responsible to call the Nano Banana and create a beautiful image, a UGC image for us. And then we have a video agent. Now this video agent uses Veo 3 to generate videos for us. Then we send this video back to the Telegram. Now let me show you a cool demo of what we have made so far. For this particular input, we got this output.
Okay, so guys, this is the Sunfeast Dark Fantasy Choco Fills. Look at that packaging. It just screams chocolate. I love it. Honestly, I just keep staring at these because the chalk filling looks so good on the pack and it actually smells amazing too.
And for this particular input, we got this output.
Okay, so I just got this acoustic guitar. I love the color and the sound is actually super warm right out of the box. The frets feel smooth. It's comfortable even just messing around on the couch, which is perfect for how I like to practice.
How were we able to create this? You can see that we are sending the message as well as the image via our Telegram bot. So the first step for you is to import this particular blueprint from the description. Now, after importing the JSON files or the blueprints from the description, you'll be able to see this particular scenario into your dashboard. Now, I'll be guiding you through all the modules so that you know what exactly that you need to modify or do to complete the setup. So you can see that there is a webhook. It's currently called a test webhook. To create a Telegram integration is go to Telegram and find this bot father. So these are the commands that you need to enter in your bot father. You can see that there is a Veo3 VFX, which is the name that I have given. And there is a underscore bot name that you need to provide for your particular bot on Telegram. And that's it. After that, you get a HTTP API key for your Telegram. Now this is the exact API that you need to use for creating the integration in Make. So if we go to Make dashboard, you can see that if I click on this add, it asks for my Telegram bot connection. If I click on add again, you can see that it's asking for my token. Now this is the same exact token that we got from your bot father account. Now the second node is requesting this image from the Telegram because we have already sent the image to the Telegram. Now we want to fetch it for our further operations. You can see that there is a particular format or the request for fetching this Telegram image. Now all you have to do is replace this particular ID with your HTTP token which you got earlier, and that's it. After saving it, you can see that there is an analyze image model. Now you'll get all this prompt when you import this workflow, and you can see that there is an image URL is same as your Telegram image URL. All you have to do is change this bot ID which we recently created on your Telegram. Another setting is creating a connection for your OpenAI, which is similar to Telegram. All you have to do is to sign up into your OpenAI's dashboard, go to account settings and click on API keys and create a new API key, and that's it. And then after, when you click on this add button, all you have to do is paste your API key here, and that's it. You'll be able to integrate your OpenAI with Make. Now if I click on save, you can see that the real picture starts from here, which is this image agent, right? You can see that this image agent uses scenario, which is Nano Banana's tool. Now, to understand how different scenarios are integrated into this module and the complex workflow, let's use Make Grid. Now, Make Grid is an amazing feature of Make, which enables you to visualize all the workflows, scenarios, their interconnection and everything on a single dashboard. So this is what exactly happening in your UGC agent. Now your video agent calls two tools, which is your video merging tool as well as your Veo 3 tool. Similarly, you can find your image agent here. You can see that the image agent tool calls the Nano Bananas tool. Now this is the exact tool that we were seeing in the scenario currently. You can see then this Nano Banana tool, if I hover on this, calls the external service, which is the image, and it also calls the Fail AI. So we will be using Fail AI in this particular example to fetch the images from the Nano Banana as well as the video from the Veo 3. So you can see that this gives you the complete overview of how your workflows are interconnected, right? you can see that there is an image agent which calls the Nano Bananas tool. This Nano Banana tools then calls the Fal AI, which is responsible for giving the Nano Bananas image, and it also calls the Open AI. You can see this is the Open AI's connection. You can see that this is the HTTP request, and if I click on this Nano Banana tool, you can see that I can do additional settings like trigger, write, I can see the apps used, the URL created by, etc. So Make Grid gives you a bird view for your organization as well as your scenarios. So it becomes super interesting while debugging or while explaining the workflows to other. There are two AI agents that are being used. The first one is image agent, which calls the Nano Banana tool, which I currently explained. And the second one is the video agent. So you can see that the video agent then calls the two scenarios, which is the video merging tool as well as the VO3 video tool. Now don't worry, you will be getting all the JSON files for these tools as well. So all you have to do is import those into your Make account, and I'll be guiding you on how to interconnect them or set them up. Then you can see that this video merging tool further calls two external API requests, and same goes for VO3 tool. This also calls two further external API requests. Now these external API requests are to the Fal AI model. Now I'll be explaining what is Fal AI. This is the complete picture of our AI agent and how these tools and agents are interconnected. Now if I go back to my main agent, you can see that there is this image agent, a video agent, and then we send the file back to Telegram, which I showed you. So I send the image as well as my caption on Telegram, and then I get the image or the video back on my Telegram account. So I can operate it from anywhere in the world. I don't need to log in into my Make, my Fal AI, or my Nano Banana, or even my VO3. So this is the first flow that you need to import. All you have to do is change your connection types and the bot ID which I mentioned, and then you'll be ready to import the image agent tools for you. If I open this image agent, you can see that it uses a Nano Banana tool. Now this tool is nothing but another scenario in Make. So all you have to do is create a new scenario and import the blueprint of the Nano Banana. Now importing a blueprint is pretty easy. All you have to do is click on these three dots and click on this import blueprint. And I'll be giving you the JSON files using this export blueprint button. If I click on this image agent, you can see that this gives us a Nano Banana tool. If I click on this, it opens a new scenario for me, which is the Nano Banana for me. So this OpenAI module is responsible for creating the image prompt for your model. You can see that we are using 4.1 here. The role is user, and you'll be getting all this prompt, and then you have a system prompt as well, and then the output is in JSON object. Now you don't have to perform all these additional settings. You'll be getting this as soon as you import your workflow. Then after this prompt is created, we call the external API for the Fal AI. Now let me explain you what is Fal AI. So Fal AI provides you the API keys of all the available interesting models that you want to try out. If you click on explore, you can see that we have Kling video, you have Cohen image, you have Lucid Flux, and a lot more. For this example, we will be using Nano Banana as well as VO3 from the Fal AI. We will be also using FFmpeg, which I'll explain later. This is what Fal AI does. Now, if I go back to my scenario, you can see that we are calling the request for Fal AI, which is Nano Banana /edit, and this is a post request. For the authorization part, you'll have to enter your API key, which you can simply create by going to your account settings in Fal AI and generate a new API key. So paste that API key here, and we have already created all the requests for you. Now, if I go to Nano Banana's main page on Fal AI, you can see if I click on API, there is a lot of documentation of how to integrate it. But the best part is, if you import the JSON file into your account, you'll get everything set up automatically. So no need to go through all of this API documentation. Now you can refer to this if you encounter any problem, but I think that particular HTTP module is enough for you. All you have to do is change your API key, and you can see that there is image URL. This is the same image URL that you'll be getting from your Telegram. So you send your Telegram image, which is your base image, and you enter the prompt. This prompt will be generated by your OpenAI, and using this prompt and this image, we will be sending a new request to your Nano Banana, which will be able to create a new image for you containing your UGC character. Now if I click on save, now there is a tool which is sleep. Now we will be holding this automation for 60 seconds so that the Nano Banana is able to create an image for us. And then there is another HTTP request which fetches the image back for us. So in this, you can see that we are passing the response URL. This response URL will be generated by your previous node, and the authorization is same. You will have to paste your API key here, and that's it. Now these are all the settings that you need to perform to set up your Nano Banana tool after importing the blueprint. And if I go back to my main scenario, so we have already done the Telegram integration. We have done the OpenAI integration. We have done the image integration, which includes the Nano Banana integration. Now, how to create this image agent and how to connect it with the scenario is the main question. So let me also show you that. So if I go to make grid, click on this image agent and open this agent. So this is the setup of my image agent. You can see that there is a base prompt. In the tools, we have connected the Nano Banana tool. To create a new tool, all you have to do is click on this add button, click on scenario or module. For this example, use scenario, and you will be able to search for your scenario which you will be importing, and simply click on that and you will be able to set up this scenario in your image agent. And using this, you can also create some very cool carousels. Now, how to create AI agent is already covered in our previous episode. So if you want to create an AI agent for your specific use case, you can watch the previous episode. These are all the settings for the image agent. Now you can see that the next part for us is the video agent. Now if I click on this video agent, you can see that this video agent uses two scenarios, or you can call them tools. The first one is the Veo 3 video tool, and the second one is the video merging tool. And then we also send some context from our workflow to these tools, which is caption, image description, as well as the Nano Banana image. Now you can see that the caption comes from our Telegram. The image description comes from our analyze image node. Now this Nano Banana image comes from our previous AI agent. So our previous AI agent is giving the output of the image that has Nano Banana created for us. And using these particular settings, we send a request to the video agent. Now let me show you how this video agent looks. Going back to our make grid, you can see that there is video agent. If I click on this video agent and I click on open agent, these are the settings for my video agent. You can see that there is a base prompt for this. And along with this, we have connected two tools, which is the video merging tool as well as the Veo 3 tool. Now we have also given the blueprints of these tools. So all you have to do is import those blueprints, create a new AI agent using make, and then add those scenarios as tools into your AI agent. And that's all the setting for your video agent. Now let me show you what these video merging tool and Veo 3 tool looks like. So this is how our Veo 3 video tool looks. Now the main question is, why are we using the video merging tool after the Veo 3? Because Veo 3 creates the videos for us directly. Now here is a problem while connecting the APIs of Veo 3. Now Veo 3 is currently restricted to create a video around 8 seconds. Now if I need a video more than 8 seconds, what I can do is create 2 or 3 videos of 8 seconds each and then combine them using the video merging tool. So you can see that this is how your Veo 3 video tool look like. The first part is your OpenAI, which is responsible for creating the prompt for our Veo 3. You can see that there is a role, user, a detailed prompt for you. You will be getting all these settings as soon as you import this particular workflow, and the connection type is same. All you have to do is click on this add button and integrate your OpenAI's API key here. Now there is an iterator model here. Now let me tell you why we are using the iterator model. You can see that here we have mentioned if the number of videos is not stated, generate 2 scenes, which means there will be always more than one prompt. So prompt 1 for the first video scene, prompt 2 for the second video scene, followed by n number of prompts for n number of scenes. So if it creates 2 prompts for us, I need to divide those 2 prompts for 2 requests, right? So that is why we are using the iterator. So in this iterator, all I am passing is this scene module, which is coming from our OpenAI's module. All I am passing is this result, which is coming from our OpenAI. And you can see then we use the fail AI actual request, which is this particular URL. You can see that we are using Veo3 fast image to video option. Now if I go to fail AI, you can see that this is the particular model that we are using. You have a prompt as well as image URL. The option is post. The authorization is same. All you have to do is enter the keyword key and then paste your API key from fail AI. And in the request content, you can see that we are passing the prompt as well as the image URL. So this image URL is not from your Telegram. This image URL is what your Nano Bananas agent gave you. You can see that here we are using Nano Banana image. And in the prompt, we are using the video prompt that is being generated from our OpenAI. Now you can see that this Nano Banana image is not present in this scenario. Then how are we actually finding it, or how is this particular module referring to it? So you can see that in this scenario inputs and output, I have created caption, image description as well as Nano Banana image. If you remember, while calling this particular tool from our main agent, we passed some context, which were these three particular variables. So to get those variables into your scenario, you'll also have to mention it in your particular scenario. And you can simply add any other also. All you have to do is enter name and the description for it. And that's it. If you click on save, you can create a new variable. For example, if I create test variable and click on save, you can see that now my scenario includes test variable also. Now it's very important for you to include the external variables in your scenario, because in that case only you'll be able to integrate it. Now after sending the request to your fail AI Veo3 model, we'll be also using this tools, which is the sleep option, and we pause this automation for 100 seconds. This will give us the time to generate our video on Veo3. And after this is generated, then we use another HTTP request which fetches the video back from the fail AI to us. So you can see that there is this response URL. Now this response URL gives your video back. You can see that the method is get. You also get another options, which is head, post, put, patch, and a lot more. But for this operation, we are fetching back. That is why our method is get. If you see, when we are giving the request to fail AI, our method is post. Authorization is same, and that's it. Now, after getting the image back, we are using the JSON parser. Now, when we get the image back, we also get additional variables, and this JSON parser is responsible to divide that particular data and those variables into standalone variables. So if I click on save, you can see that there is this tool option which is aggregating the text for us, and then we have a set variable option which is setting another variable for us. So these are the video URLs. So if you remember why it's called the URLs, because we are sending more than one. Now we are sending more than one for this, so we'll be getting more than one URLs. Now this particular tools and aggregator part is merging those video URLs into one, so it gets prepared for our next tool, which is video merging tool, which expects these URLs combined. And then we have a scenario return output. These were all the settings for your Veo3 video tool. If you do all these settings, you'll be able to set up your Veo3 video tool. Now the next comes up the video merging tool. Now this video merging tool is pretty simple. All we are doing is sending a request to fail AI, waiting for some time, fetching the video back from fail AI, which is the merged video, and then returning it so that we can send it further on our Telegram. So if I open this particular module, you can see that the operation is post. We are using the FFmpeg module from fail AI, which is this particular one. You can see that there is a lot of API documentation for this. You don't need to worry about those API documentation, because as soon as you import this workflow, you'll be getting all of this. Then we wait for 30 seconds for video to get merged. So we are sending 2 or 3 videos together, which are the video URLs from our Veo3 tool. And then this particular tool is responsible for merging those videos and giving us the final video, which is 16 or 24 seconds long. You can see then there is a HTTP module, and this the operation is get, authorization is same, and that's it. And then we are returning it. This final video goes back to our AI agent, which is the output of this particular video agent, and we send this back on our Telegram. Now you can also set up WhatsApp, email, or any other kind of response to this. I am sending it back to my Telegram, but you can also send it to your email, your WhatsApp, your Slack messages, etc. We send the image on Telegram. We fetch the image from Telegram. Then we perform the analyze image operation on the image so that we understand what is the image, what is the user asking. Then we use the image agent, which called the Nano Banana tool to generate the image for us using the Fail AI. Then we called the video agent, which used two tools. The first one was Veo 3 tool, which generated 8-second clips for us. And then there was this merging tool that combined all those videos for us, gave us the final output, and then we sent that final output on Telegram. So this is how easy it is to set up this particular agent on your Make dashboard. Now you'll be getting all these JSON files. All you have to do is watch this video and understand how to interconnect all those JSON files. And if you want to learn deeply about AI agents, we have already covered that in our previous episode. Now let us know in the comments how you will be using this particular agent in your business or your projects.
Now that Rohak has shown you the entire walkthrough, let me first give you a very honest confession. When I started learning AI automations, even I freaked out. It is not an easy subject, it takes time. But that is the point. The entire game is about who can learn difficult things. Instead of figuring out the shortest and the most convenient path to earn money, let me tell you an advice I wish somebody else had told me. You need to learn how to learn difficult things. And the future will start rewarding people who can learn faster, who can read better, who can write better, people who can reflect more. Because anytime I step outside, anytime I even run recruitment interviews, by the way, we are hiring automation experts, we are hiring graphic designers, video editors, content strategists. If you're someone who wants to join our team in the content team or in the teaching team, just send me your proof of work and your salary expectations on admin@anshmehra.com, on people@anshmehra.com. Just put both of these emails as CC. After teaching thousands of people, I've come to a realization that we need to build a culture. We need to build a society that doubles down on the art of learning, on the art of reflection. And I was reading a very interesting book. It's called Same as Ever by Morgan Housel. In fact, इनकी मैंने पहले भी एक किताब पढ़ी थी. It was called Psychology of Money. Great author, right? He spoke about something that Jeff Bezos regularly talks about. Jeff Bezos says that instead of wondering what will change in future, you should ask yourself what will not change in the future. And I know for a fact that today you're using 100 tools to execute something. Today you're using a certain programming language or a certain protocol. But moving forward, these things will change. What will not change is the value of a human being who is a clear thinker, strong communicator, and a smart instruction designer. The fact that the world is changing so fast is a signal to us that you cannot be emotionally attached to a specific technical skill. You cannot be emotionally attached to one specific core skill set. And our motto is that the future belongs to those who have good health, great taste, strong judgment, strong pattern finding skills, and the vocabulary to describe those patterns. And you can't be a great pattern finder unless you sit and reflect and you observe and you read and you write and you practice the habit of translating your thoughts into instructions, into systems. So now that all of the technical aspect is done, I thought I'll just, spend some time sharing some philosophical aspect behind this. That you need to ask yourself what will not change when AI comes into the picture as compared to obsessing about what will change, because nobody has the patience or the bandwidth to keep on with the changes. I have also stopped panicking about all of these changes, but I don't know how many people will stay till the end. If you have stayed till the end, then you deserve to hear this part. Jobs are getting redefined very aggressively. I can't figure out how to communicate this without panicking people, but people are not evolving at the rate at which they need to evolve. And look at the entire country, look at the entire world. Most people don't even know what they need to learn. And I'm pretty sure there is someone sitting in some remote corner of the world expecting that somebody will come and tell them. that somebody will come and spoon feed them. And I feel sad for that person who's waiting for a mentor to come and tell them. I am feeling sad for the person who is waiting for something extreme to happen to, start learning. Please start evolving. Please start learning and learn while these tools are not perfect. Do not wait for these AI tools to become perfect. Learn with them. Grow with them. You need to make sure that after 5 years, you're the only person with 5 years of experience. You are supposed to build yourself into a person who can see the evolution and who can put things together and become a strong pattern finder. And please note that the world is a very efficient place. Evolution does not work for you. You and I work for evolution. And it is an evolution's plan to adopt AI. And there's a very high chance that the entire evolution is trying to make us better problem solvers so that we can finally crack air pollution. In fact, I also feel like we need to bring back the culture of reading and writing. We need to bring back the culture of dialogue. We need to bring back the culture of reflection, because unless you reflect, you can't make great systems, right? You can't just blindly execute. So that would be my ending TED talk. We will be circulating a PDF. This is the QR code that you can scan to get a PDF of all the important notes that we have discussed in this video. We've also given some important homework in the PDF so that you can practice. We've also given a list of use cases for multiple industries so that if you are someone who is in the professional domain, you can learn and implement and actually show your boss that I have spent the last 24 hours creating something truly valuable. We are in a new setup. We have also invested into a new camera, and it's been very expensive to make these videos, but I would sincerely request you folks to support us, to like this video, to comment. I know that technical videos are usually not very viral worthy. We are learning how to improve our videos even further, but your support and your share across social media helps us make this entire venture into a sustainable thing. So do make sure that you click on subscribe and let me know in the comment section, how was this entire video? Did it open up your mind to something? How do you like the new setup? And I will see you next time. I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This is your instructor Ansh Mehra, and you were learning from the Cutting Edge School.